Hey there, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial from TutCast.com. Glow effects have become an increasingly popular way to drive attention to your work and products. Let's face it, people like shiny things, and when shiny, glowing things are incorporated into your work, people take note. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add glow effects to lines and text to help your project stand out from the rest. We're aiming for a result similar to the one that you see in front of us. Let's go ahead and begin. One of the most important aspects of an effective glow is a strong background. The layer styles, which we'll be adding shortly, depend strongly on the layers behind it. I have found that a dark background or one with nice, vibrant colors will work best. You'll see what I mean once we add the styles. In the image I'm using, I've already gone ahead and cut out the model from the background and made some minor edits, but in your projects you can use realistically any image you wish. And how you design your background is completely up to you. I've gone ahead and kept things pretty simple by adding a few blue and purple spots to a dark background. Now we get to the fun stuff. I'm going to show you how to create glowing trails which will wrap around your model. To do this, we're going to be using the pen tool to create a path. Hopefully you have some basic knowledge using the pen tool, but if not, check the link in the sidebar for an in-depth pen tool tutorial. There are two things that we need to do before we make our first design. First, we need to create a new layer. Each glow should be on its own layer. At the bottom of our layers palette, click the new layer icon. Next, we need to define our brush. Hop into the brush tool by pressing the letter B on your keyboard. You can technically use any brush you wish, but a small, hard brush tends to result in nicer outcomes. For this video, I'm going to add the calligraphy brushes to my list. Select the 28 pixel brush, then decrease the size to around 7 pixels. Once that's done, we need to customize our brush a little bit further. Head into your brushes panel by either clicking on this button here, or heading to Window and then clicking on Brushes. All we're going to do here is click on Shape Dynamics and set the Size Jitters control to pen pressure. Set your foreground color to white and we're ready to go. We're going to start by selecting the pen tool. With the pen tool selected, we need to make sure that Paths at the top is selected rather than Shapes layer. This will allow us to create a single line instead of a full shape. With that selected, we're going to make our first design. Start by clicking where the line will begin, then click and drag for the first curve. Continue this process until you have a line which wraps nicely around your subject, but keep in mind that we're going to be removing parts of the line in a moment. If at any point you wish to change the direction a curve will curve, press the letter A on your keyboard to select the Direct Selection tool and swivel your curve path. Press P once again to continue your path. Now that we have our path set up, we need to fill it in. Simply right-click on the path and select Stroke Path. This will allow us to paint the path using a variety of methods. In this case, we want to use the brush which we set up a few minutes ago. Select Brush as well as Simulate Pressure. This will give us nice tapered edges to our path. The next two steps can be done in any order you wish, but I like to add the layer styles before removing sections of the line. So with our line selected, head up to Layer, Layer Styles, and then click on Outer Glow. Now you have to keep in mind that different images will return different results using different blending modes. Experiment with the different settings to achieve your desired results. For this example, I'm going to keep the blending mode at Screen, choose my nice bright color, and in this case I'm going to choose a nice purple. I'm going to set the spread to 10 and the size to 9. Now down under Contour, I like to choose half round and push the range up to around 75%. Now that the outer glow is in place, it's looking pretty good, but we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to add a drop shadow, but in this case it's going to be sort of a drop highlight. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Head into drop shadow and try out these settings. Blend mode I'm going to be changing to Color Dodge, and the color I'm going to choose a little bit of a lighter purple than the one I used before. Opacity will be decreased to around 60%, and distance will be pushed down to 0. And down at the bottom once again, I'm going to change my contour to half round. And I think that's looking pretty nice, but I will mention again that depending on the size of your line and color of the background, you may need to experiment with different blending modes and settings. One trick to help speed up your workflow would be to save your layer styles so you can easily use them with the other lines in your image. Click on New Style on the right, then type in the name you wish to save your style as. Make sure to include the blending modes as well. Alright, now it's time to remove some of the unwanted sections of your line to give the impression that it's wrapping around your subject. We could use the eraser tool to do this, but to be able to edit it later on, we're going to be adding a layer mask. With the layer mask applied, grab a black brush and paint over the areas that you don't want visible. And there we go, our first glow is complete. Let's create one more to show you exactly how this works again. Again, create a new layer for our new line, make sure your brush is set, and grab our pen tool. Now remember how we saved our layer style when we created the last glow? Well, we're going to go ahead and head into layer styles once again. Click on styles at the top and select the saved style. Boom, instant glow. Now we can go ahead and make some changes if we wish. Let's make this glow blue. And once again, pop a layer mask on the layer and remove your unwanted areas. And that's pretty much about it. With the right layer styles, you can easily make nice glowing effects for your designs and projects. You can even use the same layer styles and methods to make your text glow. Try it out yourself, post a video response if you like. Hopefully this works out for you. And until next time, this is Howard from tutcast.com. Take care.